The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
What is up? It's Friday. I think I did it right. I think so. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I think it's right. We'll see how it goes. Hey, it's me. It's the Appalachian American. It's Friday night. Let's have some fun. It did work. I can see it on the screen. But hey, guess what? We have a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of new and exciting things. I got my ears lowered. But that's really nothing you guys care to know. Yeah. I got my friends with me. Let's say hello to them. They're waiting patiently. They're all a bunch of really cool fellas that are unmuting themselves right now. What's up, guys? Hey. Well, hold on. Thank you, Rumble, for not functioning. I'm pressing the button.
Thank you for buying.
You know what? Let's see. Yeah, nothing's working. Hold on. What the heck? Thanks a lot, Rumble. I'm gonna refresh. Don't go anywhere.
Does this mean I'm live?
Yeah, you're live.
So live.
I guess so. Is it working for you? Oh, you can't do anything.
Yeah, I don't have any power. There we go.
Powerless.
There we go.
It works. All right.
Hey.
It works.
Right when yeah.
So stupid.
Do I sound better now?
It's out and stuff with me, probably.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Hey, you sound good now.
Do I sound all right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Sound good, Dave.
All right. Now, Rumble Studio has not been working properly ever since the Windows update that introduced, browser idle. You heard of that?
I haven't even had an update yet. I don't think.
Okay. Your browser now has an idle detector. So if you're watching, say, YouTube, the YouTube tab might stay active, but all the other tabs go inactive. For some reason, the Rumble tab keeps going inactive.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
I don't think there's anything Rumble could do. I don't think they could shut it off. I've tried shutting it off, but it just...
Huh.
Yeah. Ever since the last browser update, it's been nothing but trouble.
So where do I go to cut that off?
It's somewhere in settings. Depends on your browser.
Of the browser.
Yeah.
And what's it? Let me see. Let me see if I can go to settings. This is
It's
this
called
is Tech
Tab.
Talk with the Men's Room.
Yeah, I think
What's
it's
it called?
called
Idle.
inactive. I think the setting's called inactive.
Hmm.
Your tab will go inactive after so many, like 30
Inactive
seconds or something.
tabs appearance.
That's it. Inactive tabs.
All right, I cut it off.
Yeah.
A dotted circle appears around the site icon. Learn more about inactive tabs. Let's see. To help improve your browser performance, Chrome sends a notification that recommends tab deactivation. The notification appears when you experience poor browsing performance.
Yeah.
See,
Because
and I had to
Rumble's
use Chrome in
video.
order to connect at all.
Yeah.
Poor performance. Hey, I'm as good as I ever was. Hey, come on now.
That's what she said.
That is probably what she said. Let's see. Shorts on Rumble are now up to 3 minutes. That's totally not necessary, but okay.
Keeping up with YouTube's, I
TikTok.
see.
Yep.
Mhm.
Let's see. All right. Hey, so I had a chicken emergency just a while ago.
Yeah.
I have an automatic door.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we went to eat dinner, and I got home, and I was just getting ready to sit down with you guys, and I was like, let me flip the lights on, and I've got a remote control that I bought around Christmas time. I bought some remote control light activators for Christmas lights. And what I did was I put them out in my chicken coop. I ran a single drop cable out to the chicken coop so the chicken coop has somewhat power. And then I used a heavy duty surge protector and then plugged up the outdoor lights, the inside lights, and the heat lamps to the surge protector. So I went to flip the lights on just to make sure everybody was in, and then I was going to cut them back off, and nothing worked. And I was like, uh-oh, what's going on here? I looked down at my watch, it's like 8:55, and I was like, oh, crap. So then I had to walk the wire and see if there was any breaks in it, or cause I checked the breaker on the I took to a ground GFCI or whatever
GFCI.
receptacle.
Outdoor.
That was not tripped. So I was like, okay. So I started walking the wire, and there's a it's actually two 50-feet cables that are hooked together. And I went to the middle where they're connected, and they had pulled apart. So I've got them in one of those weatherproof. I've got the junction in the weatherproof box, so I had to like pop it apart. And from where it just sits all the time, like it's really stiff to get out. And I was like, oh crap. So then when I as I was walking back in, I looked down at my phone and it was like 8:59. I was like, oh crap.
So what was the emergency with the chickens? The door didn't close?
I didn't have any lights. I didn't have any power.
Oh.
And I was like, uh-oh, what's going on here? So if I don't, if the door is activated by a battery, so that was okay. I could see the green light blinking from the house.
Gotcha.
But sometimes if the lights go out, like the way that it is now, I think I'm going to need to readjust my timer, because right now the door closes at 8:35, I think 8:40. I need to push it on back to 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because at 8:40 it's still light.
Yeah.
There's still light out, and I don't want it to be. I don't want it to just
Go
like
outside,
they go where the light is.
You got to yell at them, say, "Hey, let's go to bed."
Well,
Oh.
I don't say anything now. They just go where the light is.
Gotcha.
So they follow the light. So I tonight before we left for dinner, I went outside and cut the outside lights off and cut the inside lights on. And so as it gets darker, they will go where the light is. And so they all go up in their pen, and the door closes at 8:45 or whatever it is. And then I cut the inside lights off and cut the outside lights back on, because the outside lights keeps away predators.
Yeah. So you have lights in your coop then?
I have a light bar in the coop, and I have a string of like outdoor lights around the run.
Oh, okay. So you have like one of those, like a kitchen light bar type thing inside those LED,
Yes.
real low power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's LED.
How you do anything with any kind of warmth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I do have heat lamps out there for like the wintertime, but I'm guessing it's time to take them down now. I haven't used them in a while. There was a spell last week I thought about cutting them on, but I only cut the heat lamps on if it's under 40.
Okay. Yeah, we've been cold weather. We didn't get any frost last night, but we had another freeze warning go down to like 36, I think.
It stinks. It needs to hurry up and just be warm all the time.
Oh no, I keep looking at the calendar. I'm like, it is May, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've always said that when with all this leap year stuff, who knows what date it actually is.
No, I think the Air Force has been messing with us again.
Probably. But anyway,
The Iranians blow up a radar installation and it starts raining again. So,
well, I've noticed a lot of rain activity when you see a whole bunch of jet streams in the air.
yeah.
Yeah. They've admitted they've tinkered with the fuel, but
It stinks.
So before we get too cranking, because I think I missed something last week, because I had to deal with the dogs and I came back and Dr. Coffenels was congratulating Adam on something, but I didn't know what that was.
Oh, it was the he got the award. He got the first ever inductee into the WCBS Hall of Fame.
Okay. Is that because he's a 12-time backer of Raging Solo or whatever that
Stealing Solo.
Stealing Solo. I have a copy.
Raging Solo.
I got two. I bought two of them. I wasn't going to, but I wanted the Phantom Menace special.
Boy, there's a blast.
Well, the third one's supposed to be coming out like 2 months ago or
Blast from the past.
Was Stealing Solo 2?
3.
I missed the second one. I was going to try to get it when I saw them somewhere, but I don't know if they're going to be in Indianapolis this summer or not.
I think it's the third one. I know this is
It's the third book. It's the second.
Oh, okay. That's right. Woke Busters was that second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that.
I should have got Woke Busters, but I didn't. I wanted to, but I missed out on it.
Yeah.
I'll be 100% transparent. I enjoy their work. I'm not a big fan of that art style. To me, it just doesn't do anything for me. I bought like I said, I bought the books because I wanted to support them. But I wasn't a big fan of that. Then
you didn't think the story was good?
The story was pretty good. I just didn't care for the art.
Okay.
But the I'm not saying it's bad. It's just that it just doesn't tickle my fancy. But and I was in that group of initial backers from the first campaign, and my books got all screwed up, and I got the misprint one where they just they stamped on the back of the book or on the front of the book or the back, I can't remember, and just threw it in the mail. So my book came all tattered and
yeah, I've got one of those. I just use it as my reading copy.
Yeah, exactly. So it is what it is, But
yeah, one of that first one, Jeff said, "Hey, don't worry about buying the book. I'll give you a copy." And so I got one of those misprints when I was there in Cincinnati at was that Horror Hound? I guess that was the last time I saw him, 2020.
Dang.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
So they autographed it.
That's cool. I mean, I think it's kind of neat. I've got I've got that card that came when you first ordered it. He sent out the cards.
Oh yeah.
I've got one of those sitting right up here on my shelf, and I've got the book or the T-shirt is hanging up in my closet. So I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about it. I was a little stressed out when I got the book that one time, and it was not protected at all. But since then, everything came very nicely done.
I think that was that first printing where, the
and I don't think it
happened.
was their fault. I think it was the manufacturer that they were using.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not in any way throwing shade.
Yeah, they were printed wrong, and then I think the mailer or something, it was supposed to go in an envelope.
The fulfillment screwed it up. He knew about it immediately and warned everyone and said he'd replace them. So
and then I think honestly, like, it was the first time I'd ever done anything like that. I had never backed a book.
Oh, really?
And it took like several months, and I was like, I'm not going to get this book.
Try back an Ethan Van Sciver, see how long it takes.
That's what I've heard. I'm
still waiting on Rainbow the Brute 5 years later.
No way.
Jeez. I did.
That's weird.
That was it. Yeah.
And he's not giving out refunds. He pretty much said that.
Did he not finish writing it, or
who knows what he's doing?
That's weird. I hate that, because when I did a Kickstarter, I had everything ready to go.
Yeah.
Dang, dude.
Well, that's the theory why he's so mad at Eric July, because Eric July is making him look bad because he just
Eric July
pretty much has it finished and then just ships it to you as soon as you order it.
Yeah, I'm not saying I had anything to do with it. I'm just saying I saw Eric July on pointing out that, hey, shouldn't you have finished this? And I said, yeah, you think so? And after that, a lot of people started, chiming in saying, isn't that normal practice? And I think they got rid of. I think he deleted the thread or something. But Eric July was digging into Ethan a while ago.
You should at least have it mostly done.
Yeah, well, you have to declare
you solicit something like that.
Well, Kickstarter has updated, I think. You have to declare if it's what stage the projects are. You have to update. Otherwise, when you go idle, they can start forcing refunds. I don't know how they do it.
I didn't know that.
They won't pay. Yeah, a lot of Kickstarters they're trying to change policy so they won't pay you until it isn't in yet. But they're trying to find a way to not pay you until it's fulfilled, or at least pay you the minimum to get it done, and then pay the rest.
Well, one of them, Indiegogo, I think, had, if you read the fine print, they're pretty.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Did he just lag out, or is it me?
He lagged out, or is that me?
Yeah, I think he lagged out.
I think he's making a point too.
Yeah, he was on a roll.
He's frozen.
Uh-oh.
Yep, there he goes.
Boo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, wait, where's that sound? I have it, I think.
Windows crash. Shutdown crash.
Where the heck is it? I think it's on the back side.
Now, speaking of crash,
dial up, but
the dial-up modem.
Those are called gays.
Swing. Hey, there's LMP.
That's a huge bitch.
Oh,
I thought you said and he was joining.
No,
that's his bird chirp. He's stealing.
Yeah,
he's stealing bird.
It's his smoke detector. That drove me so crazy, dude. I wanted to go up there and like change out his 9-volt battery so bad.
I think it was the one in the hall.
I don't care. It's a 9-volt battery.
It's a 9-volt battery. Just go change it. Yeah.
I could not sleep if that was going on. I would.
Yeah.
I would lose my ever-loving mind. But anyway,
I don't know if he was gaslighting us or he genuinely couldn't hear it at first. I think it's.
I don't know. I don't. I mean, he lives in New York, so like he's used to hearing like
loud noises
and cars backfiring and people pooping on the streets.
Yeah.
No, that's Paris.
That's
Oh.
that's every Democrat city.
That's
Yeah.
every French city. Well, people were pooping in hallways in Paris in the 80s, so God only knows what they do now.
Oh Lord.
I mean, stairwells, not hallways. Any vertical wall is a pisser in France.
Or is wow. You guys ever watch Steven Crowder?
Not really.
So I found a soundboard clip generator thing, and it's all of like the sounds that they use. It's really funny because they got their one guy to like he said something one time about any hole will do, and then they clipped it. And now it's like anytime somebody says something, anything gay, he's like, any hole will do. It's just really funny. But so what's going on this week other than a major virus that's gonna apparently wipe out everybody?
Disney's in trouble.
Well, we have the war. It's on again, off again, on again, off again. I think it's on again. I think we blew up some more stuff because it's Friday.
It's like a Taylor Swift song. Well, so are we off again or are we on again?
Well, they blew up some boats and then just kept on sailing, so I think it's off again.
Sweet. Sounds cool. Sounds like a good time to me, I guess. Might as well just go, you know. I am totally like lost when it comes to this. Like I don't understand why we're doing some of the stuff that we're doing. Why we're not doing some of the stuff we're doing. Like it just blows my mind. And then the news comes on and it's like Trump did this and Trump did that. And it's like, oh, okay, cool, thanks. Thanks, news. Totally non-biased.
Well, the economy is about to go crashing and burning. So,
Yay. And what's directing that?
war.
Oh, nice, lovely.
But they need a war because we're at an end of an economic cycle. They can raise rates slightly. They've printed so much money over the last 30 years. It's time to have a war to hide the debris, blame it on something else. You don't have flour because the Iranians blew up the plant. Not because we're stealing wealth from everybody. That's what happens at every cycle of the fiat currency in war.
Yeah.
We haven't had one in a long time. A good one. We've had little skirmishes.
Big one.
Big one.
Yeah.
As Gerald Celente says, when all else fails, they take you to war.
Well, what did King Charles say? Never take advantage of a.
Hello.
Oh, wait, sorry, I didn't see Dr. Coffin-Nails was right there.
I'm back for now.
As you were saying,
what did King Charles say? Never always take advantage of a natural disaster or something.
I don't know. Now, Rahm Manuel said never let a good crisis go to waste.
Well, Sun Tzu said
That's a
never
common
interfere with an
saying.
enemy in the act of destroying himself.
Yeah, that too. That's a common saying, and that's been around. Never enacted enemies has been around for a long time too.
Whoops.
I'm not saying, hey, every economic system is baked into war, but it seems communism is just as bad, although it's like China. China, ever since they got humbled in Vietnam, have been very cautious. Otherwise, they would have declared war on Russia, China. Otherwise, China would have declared war on Russia, Taiwan, Korea. Just basically keep expanding. Living space, Ever heard that saying before?
No, I haven't heard it.
Well, China's actually in contraction at the moment, and that's even more dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Well, I don't know if it's true or not. I've always been told, historically, countries go to war when their economies start going bad. But there's a lot of instances where economies going bad and societies haven't gone to war. But you do know there's lots of wars that never get published, right? It's common practice in Africa not to actually historically document their wars.
Speaking of wars, how come we always hear about the Palestinians' supposed genocide, but we never hear about the people in Africa that are the Christians that are being genocided?
Because
18,000 churches being burned down. And
that's
because nobody cares about Christians.
Yes.
They only want to. Islam is the only one that people really want to.
I guess
take care of.
Yeah.
But these are these are black people though. They still don't care.
No, even Africans don't care. No, because Africa's dominated by African Muslims and African communists who are working together. The communists and the Muslims are working together to destroy Christianity, and they want to also destroy Israel. But Israel keeps playing both sides and getting stuck in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
They're always trying to play the middleman. If anyone understand Israel, first take the perspective. They always want to play the middleman, and it starts to make more sense.
They are losing. They do seem to be losing some influence because everyone seems to be out to get them at this point, the right wing and the left wing. But
that's because they play both sides. The right is pissed that they keep promoting the left, right? Every time the economy starts going good, the Jews will pivot to the Democrats, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the Jews will cling to the Democrats forever and a day, and then suddenly, out of the blue, for no reason at all, they'll suddenly all turn around and, it's like when they backed Trump at the last minute in 2016. It didn't matter. Okay, Trump had already won a month out from the election. He was already, in a commanding lead. And was it 56%, the highest Jewish percentage, whatever, for the Republicans in 2016?
Right.
But it didn't matter, right? All it did was deliver a few million more votes. But this is the problem in New York, right? The majority of Jews in New York will cling to the Democrat Party no matter how bad things are. But then they go to Republicans and say, please fix it, please fix it. And it's like, no, you're not backing us. And then they say, we'll back you if you help us. And every time Trump helps them, they don't get anything. So what's the point? It's the same in England. They're constantly playing both sides for more for themselves. And people are sick of it. Especially when they go out and complain, everybody's, they go out, you're racist against us. It's like, oh my God, you're constantly asking for privileges.
Right.
Well, that's what they want. They want free stuff. Give it to me right now. That's what I want.
Take care of all my enemies. How did you accumulate
Give me
these
the
enemies?
free.
Well, the thing that gets me is when they say Israel. I'm going to say one thing, and then I'm not going to say anything else because I don't want to offend a lot of people that I know are going to be offended. But Israel, they say they're our allies. Technically, they're not our allies because they don't have an agreement where they have to give us anything. We're just giving them stuff. Us anything. That's what I'm saying. I mean, an ally, it's quid pro quo, right? We give
same with
something.
Europe.
I mean, what do they give us?
It's the same with Europe. It's the same with Europe. And I keep hearing the same thing. They provide us with touch-and-go air bases. No, they don't. They only let us use them when it's for their benefit, not ours. if we want something, oh no, you can't use our airbase, you're dragging us into your wars. Wait a minute, you do that with us by using our bases for your wars.
And this war in Iran is not doing Trump any favors. It's almost like he had to do it.
Hold on, somehow. I'll interrupt you. It's close to 50-50, but it's like 56% support and a lot against. But when you go to the against, it's a mixed bag of nuts. It's not just all Democrats. It's libertarians and the anti-war right. It's a whole bunch of people.
Right.
Okay? But the neocons are actually against the Iran war. That's why and that is the disturbing part on the right, where the neocons want a war in Ukraine, not in Iran. And they're saying Iran's distracting from our war with Russia. And saying, we're not at war with Russia. And then, John Bolton comes out and says, we should be. So the war in Iran is actually stopping a war in Ukraine.
Back in a minute.
Sorry. It's weird. It is weird. It is weird, and it's disturbing how every time it's always playing both sides against each other. And there's just going to be one day of reckoning where the two sides get together and buzz, 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 nod, 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 and then they all just kick Israel to the curb. UN, you're expelled. Everybody just stands up, walks out, and let them play with their own, sandbox. But you hear the Ben Shapiro's of the world, it's for our survival. No, keeping your head down and shutting the fuck up is for your survival.
Language.
Sorry.
I need to find that clip from... have you guys ever seen Role Models?
No.
It's a movie with Paul Rudd and Seann William Scott. And one of the little kids says something, and Seann William Scott goes, "Language, Ronnie?" He's like, "My language is English, mother."
Mother trucker.
Yeah. It's a really funny movie.
See, Iran is a complicated deal because every time they're playing both sides as well. Iran will tell the media, "Oh, we're making a peace deal right now," and then they'll send out attack boats to attack an American ship,
right?
And then they pander to the left through the Chinese media and say, "Oh, we're standing up to the imperialist Americans. We're clearing our waterways," and it's like, no, the Strait of Hormuz is not your waterways; it's international waters.
Well, I mean, they're totally untrustworthy. Israel, to my knowledge, has never started any of these wars. They always are on the defensive. But I mean, it's
ever since the 6 Day War, they've been on the defensive, except in this case. They have instigated 3 bombing campaigns over the last 20 years, starting with the bombing of the nuclear reactor in Iraq.
Oh, I remember that one.
Well, they're not supposed to have a nuclear reactor, though. Right? Do we want them with a nuclear reactor?
No, I don't. No, hold on. They bombed a nuclear reactor in Iraq, right? Mm-hmm. Sorry, you're right. It's further back than 20 years. But then 20 years later, right, they bomb a reactor in Iran. But see, the Israelis say we've got intelligence, but they never release it because they don't want to release sources and methods. And now we find that they did have spies inside the Iranian government. Now, we don't exactly know how.
One of their raids, we wouldn't give them the friend or foe code, so they end up this really convoluted path to go blow up something. I forget what.
They wanted to blow up a reactor in Iran right up in the top corner, but they couldn't go through Iraq because we wouldn't give them our codes to fly over Iraq, which is illegal anyway. Under the international law, you can't give a third party your flight clearances, right? If you own a flight path, you can't give it to someone else.
Yeah.
Because that's violation of the third-party agreement with Iraq, right? The third-party agreement under the UN. Say you have a flight over Russia, right?
That's when Saddam was still in Iraq, right?
Yeah. But we still had an agreement with Iraq back then. We could fly over Iraq if we were going to attack Iran, but we couldn't give that to Israel. That's a violation of the agreement, third-party agreement, right? Yeah. You're not allowed to give your codes to a third party. Israel wanted to violate that agreement and fly a US flagged aircraft under their. No, that's talk about multiple false flags that you can imagine going on, right? Israel flying a US marked aircraft. Yeah. I've got to hear a lot of flack over that saying, ooh, when haven't they?
Yeah. I just remember seeing it in the newspaper, the picture where they went. I just couldn't remember exactly where I was living when I saw that.
Well, they were they couldn't fly over they couldn't fly over certain areas in the Middle East. So they had to go to Saudi Arabia on one visit and then fly up and over in Iraq, and then close to the border of Pakistan or something. Yeah. And they couldn't go too close to the border of Pakistan. And then they had to have refueling tankers and they had to convolute around. Yeah, it took 3 refueling tankers or something.
Yeah. That was too long ago. Yeah. But anyway.
But we have discovered that some of those refueling tankers don't fly right. That it's something to do with the desert, right? Aircraft don't last as long, and they forgot to take that into. Someone in the Air Force forgot to take it into account. So an air tanker was flying for too long, and its engines gave out.
Oops.
Yeah. Well, that was part of why the SR-71 finally got canceled, because it needed its own special fuel. Huh?
Its cost of replacing its engines was way too much. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, they SR-71 years ago, but because it had its own fuel, exotic fuel.
Right.
It had to have all of its own tankers and everything else that could only be used for that.
Which are all current. Yeah. There's 3 tankers and 3 aircraft still in existence because they're used for extreme G training for pilots for the Air Force for the space program.
Yeah. But a lot of the birds were put in.
Yeah, a lot of boards
museums
or that. Yeah, but 3 of them still fly. Everything's been transferred to NASA. The refuelers, the machines to make and tool parts.
But the U-2 still flies, though, right?
Well, it's actually flown by Lockheed it's out of Nevada, the area for.
It flies higher but slower.
Yeah, but it's used as a air sampler now for nuclear detection, right? Basically, making sure no one's testing. Sampling air for radiation particles, artificial radiation particles, whatever.
At like 70,000 feet, or how high that thing flies?
It does not fly out. Well, legally or officially, it does not fly over countries. It just goes out, samples air off the coast of various countries, and comes back. Yeah.
But you have satellites for that.
I forget the name of the aircraft they're currently using for strategic overflights, but it's a low orbit.
Oh.
Technically, they could.
The low orbit stuff, does it also have anything to do with all the UFO side stuff?
Well, allegedly.
Gotcha.
But I saw a video, and I cannot confirm this. Has anybody heard that about Trump summoning various religious leaders over the UFO releases?
I don't know about Trump summoning, but I have heard that. I've heard the chatter that various, especially Christian pastors and things, were called in by the government, but I don't know if it's the White House.
Okay. Allegedly, before the UFO files were released, he sent out a notice. So, not summons. Technically, it was a summons, but it was an open invitation. But some leaders were told it was a summons to a special congressional meeting with the president, where you had the leaders of the leaders of the Senate, the leaders of the House of Representatives, and certain officials, probably Air Force, and the president, for a special briefing in one of the bigger auditoriums in Washington, where they sat down and were briefed on the alleged state of the UFO investigation and what they're going to release to the public, and that the conclusion was it's supernatural. Okay?
Interesting.
You ever heard of the SR-72?
Yes.
According to this, it hasn't been built yet, but who knows what's really going on.
Well, there's a variation of the SR-71. It's Blackbird, but it's called Dark Star, and it's like the Aurora.
That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, it's a version of the Aurora, and I think its official designation will be the SR-72, but for now, I think it's the Aurora X or something.
I guess that was what they had in Top Gun Maverick.
Yes, the Aurora. Now, the Aurora's been around for a while. It's undergone variations. I think the first version was like a raw hydrogen fuel. The latest version is a hybrid fuel. And I think the newer one is a nuclear engine. I don't know how that works. I have no idea. But apparently one's popped up in Russia and they've shown it off. Anybody heard about how the Chinese hacked the F-35 program?
No.
Well, the Chinese were creating their own version of the F-35 called the J-35. Very original, right? I guess J is for some Chinese word for we copy. I think it's the photocopy.
Stands for junk.
Like a photocopy version, it is. Guess how long it can fly?
10 minutes.
Well, you're close, 11 minutes, but yeah.
Oh, gosh.
It cannot fly for long. It is about as stealthy as a yellow Camaro.
Dang.
And apparently the engine is so loud that the pilots go slowly deaf.
You see this is my favorite comment here about the SR-72. There's a video about supposedly it being real.
Yeah.
And the top comment is, every video about the SR-72 is 95% about the SR-71 and 5% about Top Gun 2.
Yeah. Well, that's true, because it's like there's a guy who does a special tour. You know, you can fly over Area 51, and he does that. I think once a month during the open sky, because the US has a law that you cannot close the skies permanently or something. They've got to open. So they've got to shut down everything in Area 51, allow flyovers, and then go back to their we're monkey secret business. Now. Yeah, monkey business, yeah. All right, sky's clear, you can bring out the UFOs and the Nazi planes.
And the Nazi UFOs.
The thing is, after World War II, that's where they took all the Nazi aircraft for studies. Right. Because the big open desert, they parked thousands of aircraft, hundreds of captured aircraft from Italy, Russia,
right?
Everyone's aircraft, right? They had Spitfires, everything out there. And over time, they've pulled them apart, figured out how to build them and rebuild them. And often, most of them end up being scrapped. A couple of B-17s a couple of Russian versions of B-17s was sold to the Texas Air Force, but they got repainted as under U.S. colors. One of the Japanese aircraft was returned to Japan because it was the only one of its kind. Don't know. Have you heard of the Ilka or something? The first. It was a propeller. It was one of Japan's first propeller-driven aircraft, but it was a rear-facing propeller. But a lot of the Messerschmitts, they were sold to Hollywood, for props. But all the stuff like the Glockenspiel and that, the big tower, bell tower, and stuff like that, that's never seen the light of day. That's buried in the Nevada mountains.
Sorry, I'm yawning. Sorry.
That's all right. And I know I pronounce it wrong.
Have you followed any of the quartering drama?
I stopped reading that a while ago, but apparently there's a new video that dropped that says even worse than the last one. So yeah.
There's a new 3.5-hour documentary that dropped.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to watch a 3.5-hour documentary on YouTube drama. Okay, I get it. You don't like him. Thank you. Moving on.
Is it about the quartering, or did he drop a document?
No, it's about
the quartering, and it's apparently about a fairly big guy, so it's more people outside the sector are going to know about it, and he's not happy. And apparently, I don't know if Friday Night Tights was brought into it. I don't know if you're going to watch that later, you're going to see the beginning of that is about, because they were going to have Chrissy Marr on there, and she didn't show up because Gary told her not to show up. Oh. And you should see the chat in there. It's pretty bad.
Where is this at?
On Friday Night Tights. It started at 4. I was actually in the chat for a little bit around between.
As a nerdrotic, Gary told her not to show up?
Yeah. He told her not to show up because she had done an interview with Melanie Mack, who's like really sweeping for Jeremy because she works for him, for Jeremy Hambly. And I guess Chrissy Marr was softballing her and saying, "Oh, I don't know anything about this," when she obviously did, claiming not to know people that she obviously knows. Yeah. And it's just, she's getting pilloried. I mean, she has no idea what a bad decision that is, because now she's going to be swarmed by all these Keno Casino watchers because they went off on her last night, and it's just, and that's why the chat was just like spammed with like oranges. I don't know if you've seen the meme of what are the oranges for? It's like nothing but like walls of oranges.
So, all right, I'm sorry. So Gary told her not to show up for Friday Night Tights?
Yeah, he said he told her not to show up. He goes, "I don't want that on here. You're going to have to take care of that on your own channel and answer that on your own channel."
Oh. What do you mean answer it?
Answer for sweeping for Melanie Mack and Jeremy Hambly. And it turns out one of the reasons is probably because one of the big sponsors of her show is Coffee Brand Coffee. So it makes it look like she's being differential to him.
What is behind all? I mean, what are people?
I don't understand. Like, what's the deal?
It's because Keno. Here, let me go back to the beginning. Keno Casino did a series of videos about him making fun of Jeremy Hambly for all the stuff he said. He's like, if you don't want to be made fun of, don't say a bunch of embarrassing stuff about yourself, like that you crapped yourself in Walmart or whatever. Just endless. And they didn't like him, so they went. They're going to go after him. If he just would have ignored it, then it would have gone away. But no, he had to. He's like, I'm going to, strike your channel, and it seemed to. And then 2 other channels were struck. Andy Worski's channel that he just got back after like it was gone for like 6 years or something, and he just had it back for 6 months. It's mysteriously gone because he apparently knows some guy at YouTube, and their clip channel is gone. That wasn't even theirs. It was just they gave it to one of their editors, and that was his major money. That was feeding his family, and so now that makes Jeremy look like an a-hole. And nobody likes people that false flag channels in bad faith, which is what he did. Well, he had him just struck down. He said he was going to do it, and then they went down.
Right. Because he actually has been quoted as saying, "I'm not just taking down your video, I'm taking down your whole channel."
Right. And lo and behold, their clip channel's gone, and Andy Worski's channel's gone.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 have gone. Yes,
right.
2 out of 3 threats have become true.
And then
it could be right. 1 could be a coincidence, but 2 in succession after each threat. Now the third one,
Camelot 331 got struck. His channel got 2 strikes on it. Mike, Moore, his channel, he wasn't able to live stream because he got strikes on it. All these are all people that were saying, "Hey, this is bad." Suddenly all their channels are getting struck. So even if it's not Jeremy doing it, he's creating a bad environment to where people now think they can just start striking channels and blaming him for it if they don't,
Right.
I mean, it's like blood in the water,
Started the ball rolling.
Now, is Undead Chronic part
Melanie?
of this?
So Melanie Mack works for Jeremy.
Yeah, she
and
appears
so,
on.
Is that why she doesn't
Melanie
stutter anymore?
was on Chrissy Mayer's show,
Right?
And Chrissy Mayer was giving her softballs.
Yeah,
and
all these people in the chat are saying, "What about this, Melanie? What And Chrissy's pretending, "Oh, I don't know what this person is asking." It's like, and people on the internet hate that when you're so disingenuous.
Okay.
And it's like, why are you doing this? This is a big mistake.
And so Chrissy's not on FNT because of that.
You should look at the chat before the show even starts. I mean, look at the beginning of that. Nothing but walls of oranges. I mean, it's just like things.
What is
just like what
deal with the oranges?
Well, apparently one of the things that they were making fun of Jeremy Hambley for was he started his channel's kind of dying, so he's doing all these shorts where he's basically just stealing people's content and then putting stuff at the beginning. Hey, what do you think of this? What are the oranges for? And then it shows someone making something with oranges, and for some reason that stuck and people made fun of it. And so they would say in his chat, "Hey, what are the oranges for?" They get banned.
That's what is this for?
Yeah.
Oh
gosh, it is. It's all over the chat.
Yeah, look at the oranges. I mean, they're probably still there right now.
It is. It is. I just pulled the chat up, and there's people. It's all just a bunch of oranges in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, it's gonna be like that.
Yeah, they got this orange Jeremy Hambley. What are the oranges for?
And people are just coming out of the woodwork. People hate Jerry Hambley. I mean, a lot of people.
The thing is, hold on. It goes back 20 years. Can you believe that? To when he first started his first channel, which was Remote Control Racing. And see, he was a Nepo baby.
You've been following this, Dave, haven't you?
Yeah. I was following this.
Roddick's channel?
Yeah, I'm on Nerd Roddick's channel. I still don't understand. So the oranges are for Jeremy?
Yeah.
The oranges are
anything connected with Jeremy Hambley now is all oranges.
Why?
Because he put oranges up as a prop, an introduction prop to stolen copyrighted material. But he's posting the oranges through it.
He did these shorts. One of the shorts was somebody cooking, with some woman cooking with something, and at some point she throws a bunch of oranges in there. And before, and Jeremy does these little 3-second introductions before the actual content where he goes, "Hey, this looks pretty good. What are the oranges for? I don't know. Let me know in the comments." And it's like, because of that just stuck for some reason. And
because the video's cut short. It doesn't actually.
In his comments, they'll say, "What are the oranges for?" And another one is, "How's your weekend?" Because they were making fun of Jeremy for always saying, "How's your weekend?" No matter what day of the week it was. It could be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. He's like, "So how was your weekend?" And if you even say the word weekend in his chat, you'll get banned. It's like, even people, even when Jeremy himself says, "How's your weekend?" and people says, "My weekend's good," they get banned.
That's ridiculous.
Yes.
He's been a lolcow,
he's going
but it's
crazy.
not the first time he's done it.
Mm-hmm.
As I was going to say, back in the day when he first started on YouTube, he was doing remote control racing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, your average kid is only going to have a $40 truck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or a $40 racer, or, basically your average remote control. He'd show up with one of those bigger, $300 models and just basically dominate, because everyone else has got these dingy little, 12-volt batteries. He's got, 6 big D cells, He's basically got kicked out of that community, shut that channel down. But people have been bringing up their clips where he's got all these races. And
he's got a $14,000 RC track that he built on his property.
Yeah.
With a $7,000 cargo crate that he stands on and to watch them.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, he's got tens of thousands of dollars of RCs sitting on his garage shelf. They're not cheap.
Basically, all this stuff, like Dave said, is coming to light from his past that none of it makes him look good. There was a clip that just came out of him at the Ren Fair from 6 years ago where he's like, following around making creepy comments about women the whole time.
Now, remember, he did not blow up until he went to one of the conventions and got bashed by a known radical leftist, right?
Right.
And the leftists never spoke up until much later. But it was too little too late. Jeremy had gone viral because all the anti-woke people...
Brittany Venti is on X post, like, her name is orange emoji.
Yeah, that's another thing. They were wanting to bring Brittany Venti was wanting to come on Chrissy Marr's show because she wanted to counter Melanie Mack, and Chrissy was claiming, I will as soon as I hear from her. And according to Brittany Venti, yes, I was DMing her the whole time, letting her know, let me on, and she never got back to me. And she proved it that she read her DMs. So
because you could see
Chrissy Marr was lying about that.
Reading, Reddit. You get to see, sometimes you get to see the Reddit chat, the Reddit tag, and if you capture it, it's got the time when it was read. Yeah.
So she just didn't want to let her on, basically. And...
No. But as I was saying, right, Jeremy, right, got a lot of sympathy. Even Jeff at one stage covered it, how the quartering got attacked, and he went viral. And he went from, now he had a modest channel already at 20,000, but he blew up. Now I forgot what he peaked at.
He had over 2 million subs at one point, I think.
Yeah, I think it was, and he was showing off. But then people started to speak up, but no one was listening back then. That he was attacked at the con because they said he was a creep.
I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back.
And everybody, he just said, this guy's a woke, just called him a woke tard, or I didn't even say woke tard, just say, hey, take your woke crap or whatever. I don't exactly remember, but I do remember everybody showing the clip of Jeremy with the black eye. He was pretty bruised and beaten up.
Right.
The EMTs didn't come out. Police wouldn't come out. He was eventually escorted back to his hotel.
He started a legal fund to sue the guy.
Yeah.
But then nothing ever came of that, and nobody knows what happened to the money is another thing. So it's like...
Yeah, and people forgot about it because the guy at the center of it, he's known for bashing people, and he was going out making bash Trump videos. So, bash the Trump supporter. And Jeremy had just the timing of it and said, see, if you go to court, I've got your video of you claiming you bashed me, but he never actually mentioned Jeremy by name, but the timing, as you're going to find someone else, no one else came forward. So it was pretty much case over, and everybody forgot about it. But the thing is, people didn't know this about Jeremy. He's a rich dilettante who actually punches down often.
Right.
That's why they didn't like him in the RC community, because he'd show up with, RCs, over 2,000-3,000, I'm talking expensive RCs at your average club where, the average RC is only $40. He wouldn't go to...
Sorry, go ahead, Dave.
He just likes to win the competitions and eventually got kicked out. But apparently there's other issues, including creeping, right?
Yeah, well, apparently got banned from the Magic the Gathering community because of just creeping on a bunch of women.
Yes.
On there.
Yeah, but for some reason that never went viral until recently. And someone actually asked what happened, of the Magic community, and they responded by putting up the official ban notice. That it's actually it's actually an official ban. It's not by the Reddit community. It's Hasbro. It's a corporate.
Right.
It's a corporate injunction.
Now, granted, they were pretty infested with SJWs, but I mean, Casino went over that and his.
No, this is an injunction. This is a court injunction. That takes money. That takes money.
Oh yeah, he was not well liked in almost any community.
So Chrissy Mayer came out last night, this clip got posted last night, where she said that she was starting an episode. Well, here, I'm just gonna play it because it's just it's easier for me to just tell you or let you see it. I mean, Look at the chat.
Hello. Another episode of Nightmare. Thank you guys for tuning in. We have a fabulous on. I have to acknowledge the stream I had last night. I had on my friend Melanie Mack. I had her on to talk about my recent conversion to Catholicism. And I was like, let's talk about faith and your marriage. And to be honest, I was not up to date on all of the quartering drama. And this to me is like, and trust me, I've spent most of the day, hours on the phone with different friends who've been filling me in on everything I should have known weeks ago. I talked to Venti for about an hour. I talked to Nina, Infinity. I talked to a bunch of friends, and it is so much worse than I realized. And it was my job as an interviewer to kind of hold myself to a higher standard, and I should have known the full extent of all this drama, and I didn't. So now I understand why everybody feels the way they do. But our dear guest tonight is not aware of this drama and has no clue. So it wouldn't be fair to talk about it with you. So I will be talking about this in depth on Sunday. My show Simpcast. It'll be 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to have Brittany Venti on. Camelot's going to be on. Maybe a couple of other guests, but we will be going through all the quartering stuff in more detail, and I'll be addressing it more fully. So I don't want you guys to feel like I'm just ignoring you.
All right, so tune into that Sunday night at 9 if you want to learn. I don't know. I can't follow it. I don't understand it. Like I missed out the beginning, so I'm just kind of like.
If you watch, 9 hours of Kino Casino, I don't know if you want to devote that much.
I can't do that anymore.
But yeah, I mean, that's smart of her to have Camelot and Venti on there because I don't think she realized how serious this was. She knows now after Gary told her not to show up today because Gary knew. You had
Gary knows a lot of people.
Jeremy Griggs, of Geeks and Gamers, he went off on it for like 10 minutes at the beginning. If you want to listen, and I pretty much agreed with him 100%. I'm not the biggest fan of Jeremy Griggs either, but
no.
On tonight's episode, he went off.
Yeah, this afternoon when I think it started
today,
at 4.
Whatever.
He talked about it. Gary came right out and said, Chrissy's not going to be here. The chat was just insane. It was just boy did Gary make a good decision to not have her on today. Because that just would have just derailed.
Oh my
the
gosh,
show.
Dude! Hang on.
It just would have derailed.
Wait just a second. I'm gonna let me back it up just a little bit more, and I'm gonna share screen, and you can watch the chat on the corner. As I play, hold on. Yeah. It's just
I'm in there somewhere.
You already know what's getting said, like the song.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's just oranges.
I'm telling you, wall-to-wall oranges.
It's so stupid.
They made a weekend tower. You know how they make the end tower?
Yeah.
They're making a weekend. Like, how's your weekend tower? It's insane.
How will our weekend be? Not really sure.
What are all the oranges for in the chat?
How about those dolphins?
That's my snack.
I
I call them mandarins.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what
mandarins.
Yeah.
Can you hear that?
But
Oh, you can?
Reason. I'm just going to be.
Oh shoot! All right, my bad. Let me remove that screen share. I pulled it down. I thought I disabled it. I was trying to listen to see what they were saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now can you hear it?
No.
All right, cool.
Can't hear it or see it.
It is. I'm not going to say too much more about it. I think it's been totally covered to death.
Mm-hmm.
I think the major problem is that over every year he's done something to piss someone off, and they've never talked to each other before, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, this is career ending because he's just
But in the last couple of months, he's gone from covering, semi-serious events in pop culture. I think then all of a sudden he's doing lolcow content.
Right. He became a lolcow in record time. I mean, it's fascinating to watch. Every decision he makes just makes it 10 times worse. It's like he does the opposite of what he should do in every single point. It's really amazing. It's like, I don't know
who is this?
Jeremy Hambly. I mean, he's just everything he does it's like he's trying to crash and burn as hard and fast as he can. It's amazing. It's really amazing. And people that are caught up in it, like Chrissy Marr, I think she thought she could bluff her way out of this and that it would just blow over. She had no idea what she was walking into.
Probably.
She walked into like.
But isn't she only a part-time content editor or a clipper?
She does a Simpcast. She's on
So
Friday nights.
I think she has other jobs than just YouTube.
She's a stand-up comedian, so allegedly. I don't find her that funny, but
I was going to say, if you're doing
funny,
I was going to say,
well, it's a comedian. Come on,
if she's doing 2 to 3 edit jobs a day, I could understand she's not aware of the content in depth. But if she's working directly for him, she should have seen his content and know there's a disaster on the horizon.
I don't think she's working for him. She had Melanie Mack on, and Melanie works for him.
I think she was getting money from him, is the implication, because Coffee Brand Coffee was her sponsor, and I mean, I don't think she realized how bad it is. I think she realizes now because Gary had a good talk with her, and that's why she's having Camelot and Brittany Vinny on there, which is a very smart move on her part.
What's it called again? Coffee Brand Coffee?
Coffee Brand Coffee. And there's also a guy going after Jeremy. He's brought in people out of the autistic people that are just like Bo Weevil's going to go through all of his stuff. There's something called the Jeralizer.
Yeah.
That's like a search engine that can search every stream he's ever done. And you can look up any word and it will show you, it will search for it. And there's a guy claiming that his Coffee Brand Coffee is not labeled properly and it's not meeting FDA standards, and Jeremy's going to have to relabel it all now. I mean, that's how serious this is.
No, this happened. Okay, you want to know how really bad it is? For the last 3 years, Coffee Brand Coffee has been run by Metal PCs or something. People are looking into this on Reddit, and they have a subreddit saying the quartering is a N-word.
Oh boy, jeez.
Yeah.
And apparently he's
little mustache man. Yeah, Jerry Handling. Hold on, Jerry Handling is a little mustache man who is seeking to avoid problem over woke branding and unsustainable partnerships, right? He has allegedly been involved with a sustainable coffee brand partnership for some time, though it is supposed to be non-political. Coffee Brand Coffee, however, has faced allegations on social media that is nothing more than repackaged Player One coffee. And for the last 3 years, they've been fighting behind the scenes, backwards and forwards. Now, this is about ethical brand coffee, okay? They used to be in the top 10 list of ethical brand coffee. This is Player One, right? Now, Player One and a lot of these ethical coffee brands, they actually all buy from the same source, okay?
Right. It's drop ship coffee. It's basically it's a white label coffee. The factory makes it. They repackage it.
Everybody
and ship it out
packages it. Yeah.
But the thing is, Jeremy said that he built his own factory with his own people.
No.
But it turns out that that's probably not the case.
Player One isn't even. Player One is also in the same situation. Okay, if you really look into it. Now, I believe it's a Colombian coffee company that's owned by a Chinese businessman, okay? But it's also linked to a couple of NGOs, and Rainforest Alliance and this, and Starbucks, who buy...
Wouldn't that be ironic?
Yeah. So this is a huge coffee concern, okay?
Because that's supposed to be the alternative to Starbucks, basically.
Yes. No, but, your store-bought, your store-bought Starbucks, right, is basically what they do is you have coffee warehouses all around the world, and they buy the nearest sourced coffee, for ethical reasons. So, yes, a lot of these ethical coffees are because they're all, basically, hi, Jeremy, I have a printer. I print the labels. I stick, and I fill the bag. That's it. That's all these coffee brands do. Same with Starbucks. Their ethical coffee is all likely coming from the same place, from this big white brand, like you said, white brand coffee, or whatever they call themselves now,
White
Columbia
label.
Coffee.
Yeah.
But okay, the quartering has responded 3 weeks ago, claiming that the coffee brand is in fact not, a scam, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then, I think, Nicholas DeMero came out and says, is the quartering lying? And Dragon's Treasure is also looking into this. There's a lot of people. Now, there is healthy and unhealthy coffee, black coffee and all this. There are a large number of companies who all get their coffee brand, all in coffee, like Nescafe and all these, mid brands who get all their coffee from the same place, right? And do you know who? But the thing is, even Starbucks. Now, the thing is, there's only 6 manufacturers of coffee, okay? Coffee itself, the beans, Vietnam, Colombia, they have their own processes, right? But then they send those unpackaged, in those big white sacks. That's why they call it white brand coffee, those big white sacks of coffee. That's what's been sent out. It could go to Starbucks, it could go to... But one of them is Pepsi. You got Pepsi, Coca-Cola, China,
Yeah, it's insane.
I think Colombia and Vietnam, who basically grind, put all these into white bags. So you could be getting coffee from Vietnam, mixing with coffee from Indonesia or China, or, it's all just basically going to warehouses around the world in big white sacks. So a lot of these investigations are coming at each other from different angles, depending where you are, what state you're in. When they start investigating white brand coffee, you can suddenly find yourself at a Walmart's, distributor, or an Amazon distributor in Mexico. You're not going to find this. It's a network of companies that are so entwined, but these are all trade agreements. They're not actual corporations on paper. And what Jeremy's doing is he's found a coffee brand company, right, that sits in that niche right at the very end. That's basically what we call in the trade, table crumbs.
Mm-hmm.
All the stuff that's left behind. They buy that, right, because it's, otherwise the farmer doesn't get paid, right? At the end of the week, if your crop ain't sold, you're not getting paid. So all these tiny companies, they swoop in and get the stuff cheap, because you basically got a desperate farmer who needs that bag sold, otherwise he don't get paid. So they're saying the quartering is a evil opportunist, a little mustache man, he's a person. But this is actually what started the whole controversy, right? This is why he started attacking people.
Well, that's one of the main things Kino Casino went after was his coffee first.
Of reality.
But the thing that really set him off was the cuck allegations and naming the person, and that's when he just went ballistic. So there's got to be something to that. But who knows?
They wanted to make fun of him for a bit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the guy. I forget the name of the guy. We used to make fun of him in the past over on the Big Town channels. Jeremy apparently, is going to be their next target.
Mm-hmm.
They hate cucks, right?
Well, he made fun of who's the guy that famously was the right-wing guy and then turned out to be well, I don't want to go into it here, but
he was
the guy that
something
Yeah.
Jack Murphy, something Murphy.
Jack Murphy.
Oh
that's
yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to go into that stuff here.
Setting up his own encampment.
Yeah, Jack Murphy,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Jack
Yeah,
Murphy,
you know.
podcaster. His
That
real name, hold on. Jack Murphy's real name is John Goldman.
Did not know that.
All right.
But yeah, basically,
podcast host until 2016. Yeah.
basically everyone hates the quartering now, and it's not looking good for him. So, and anyone
They're
associated
giving him
with
the
him,
Jack Murphy treatment.
or anyone that tries to sweep for him or try to downplay what he's done, or anyone that tries to downplay.
I hope no one thinks
I'm not trying to downplay what he's done, but like, tell me, like, is this about the sexual misconduct, or is this about the false flagging?
This is about the false flagging. That's why people hate him.
Okay, all right. I just was curious because I know a lot of people are really focusing on the sexual misconduct, and
well, I mean, if
that's weird.
If he just would have ignored that, it just would have been an allegation. And it's the Keno Casino is like a clown show. They make all kinds of allegations.
Yeah.
I mean, they would have moved on by now, and they would be making fun of Dark Side Phil or somebody again. But
it's
no,
Hassan's Crash Out.
The false flags is what really got him in the hot seat, right?
I mean, he didn't even really false flag. He said he was going to take their channels down, and he did.
Takedowns, getting YouTube to take their enemies down.
He basically poked a bear with a sharp stick.
Yeah,
and now
exactly.
So now Keno Casino is never going to let this go.
So
other people now are against him. Camelot's against him. I mean, basically everyone is against. Even EVS is against him, and he was for him for a while. But I mean,
the quartering.
EVS is against the quartering. Because
the only one that was on his side was Nick Rekieta, and I think he's not even on his side anymore. I'm trying to think who else was. I mean, there's like one other.
Isn't Rick doing things? Isn't Rick one of those guys who does anything just for the controversy, and when it gets too hot, he walks away anyway?
Who's that? Oh, Nick Rekieta? I don't know.
Rick, I heard he's a fair weather friend anyway. He just comes in for he becomes your friend when you're a hot property, and then disappears at the moment. Probably. No, I don't think he's genuinely a friend of the quartering or generally stood up for him. He just wanted the attention. Say, hi, I'm Nick. I'm Nick. Pay attention to me. Right. Oops, this is too hot. I'll go away now.
And he's apparently bleeding money. I mean, it's not going to end well.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I could tell you why the quartering is bleeding money. Okay, I do not know if this is true or not, but apparently he bought YouTube ads, but he added an extra zero instead of typing in 260, instead of typing in 260, he typed in 2,600 or something.
Yeah. Well, his channel's dying, so that's why he's doing everything he can to prop it up again. That's why all the shorts, and he's like buying like ads for his
but he overpaid apparently. Yeah, apparently he put an extra zero in the end.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that one.
No,
buying subs, just like pouring money to try to prop it up.
But apparently he picked a bad time.
Money because he got YouTube to take down somebody's channel.
Supposedly,
yeah,
he was losing money before.
But how did he get access to take down somebody's channel?
Supposedly he knew something. Well, he had a 2 million sub channel. Supposedly,
he had a 2 million sub channel. He reached out anonymously to a community manager, a known community manager, right?
Yeah,
for a chat, and then gave him details about violations. And when you have like a dozen or so violations, it may be over time, but I think it's all within that 1 year period or something. Doxing, false allegations, unsubstantiated rumors. If you could, like, on their own would only get you a warning, right? But if you get 3 warnings, that becomes a strike. So if he could add up like the dozen, that's 4 strikes. That's instant channel death.
Well, they took down Worski's channel, and then they got the other one for ban evasion. Supposedly,
gotcha.
They took down one to take the other one.
But
Yes.
okay, but
Apparently,
the
Jeremy
guy
used
that
his
lost
head-
his channel, who lost their channel?
Well, Andy
Jeremy
Worski, who's one half of Kino Casino, and then
Okay.
Yeah.
the Kino Casino clip channel, which is run by one of their editors, so he got all the money from it, and that was
Right.
feeding him and his entire family.
All right,
And
so
the
like a
reason
wife
why
and
they
two
both
built
of
kids.
those
Jeremy,
channels go down
Yeah.
because the quartering went to a community
Community
manager
manager.
and
Supposedly,
told them
yeah.
supposedly
Supposedly.
allegedly went to
Allegedly, in
the
my
manager
opinion.
and told him about okay, but what kind of violations did they do?
Okay.
We don't know because
We don't
YouTube
know
is so
because-
opaque.
Yes,
Right.
YouTube does not tell you what your violations are half the time. All it says is warning, 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 bang.
They might tell you, they might not tell you.
So
Yeah.
so maybe he didn't commit these violations and the quartering just said
No.
he did?
No, the YouTube. Okay, when you report someone on YouTube and say, I report someone and I have to detail what they did, right? I have to give them timestamps. They'll actually ask you for the video name and timestamps.
Okay. And so the quartering did that.
Here's the thing though. Andy Worski's channel had been wiped from the internet for 6 years, and it was hand reviewed by somebody and then put back up after they'd gone through everything and put back up 6 months ago, and he hasn't even put another video out since it's back up. So tell me how that got struck.
Okay, I believe, and the only way he could have done that is,
I mean,
and the
legitimately
only reason why they hold on. There's two things. One, the only reason why he could have done that is private videos, and two, they would have known it was quartering because he was one of the few people who knew about the existence of those videos.
Right.
That's the only way he could have known, and the only way he could have done that. Now, another reason, a third possibility, is that Jeremy knows his real identity and knows one of his other alternative channels and says, "Hey, he was running this channel at the he was running this channel while banned," and that will get you an instant ban as well.
Maybe, who knows? But
YouTube
YouTube is so weird.
Overall, YouTube is so opaque, we'll never know. But it had to be inside information that only a handful of people know, and everybody agreed it was none of them, so it had to be Jeremy.
True.
That's the only way it happened. Is inside information passed to YouTube about someone's real identity, running channels, or who owned what, or who guest appeared where. It's like how they went after Alex Jones. Detail after detail after detail. And YouTube, see, YouTube normally gives you a warning, and that warning after 3 months goes away.
Right.
But let's say I accumulate a dozen warnings, right? I mean, I do a dozen violations, but YouTube doesn't pick them up. But Jeremy points them all out and gives YouTube all the timestamps. Absolutely, you're dead, right? 12 warnings is equal to a channel ban. I think it's within 6 months or even 12 months of each other.
I still don't see how you could ban a channel that was already banned and then hand reviewed and put back up. And 6 months later, even though he hadn't put any new stuff out,
allegedly,
it's like gone.
He could have private. Okay, he could either have private videos that Jeremy knew about, right? Or,
but how could you get banned for private videos? Because no one can see them.
It's still on YouTube. It's still subject to YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, my channel. We lost our first political channel because Adam Shawhan kept talking about
certain things,
popping caps and libs and stuff. And
oh boy.
I got a lot, like that channel's completely nuked from YouTube because of that. So like I get it, like, YouTube's pretty strict, but I'm still like, I guess I still don't understand like why the quartering is in a hot seat over that when if this person made like I'm kind of lost because it sounds like that. Hold on, David, hold on. It kind of sounds like the quartering went and said, hey, this person said this at this timestamp, apparently multiple times, and enough to the community manager allegedly said, went in and maybe I guess the community manager went through all that and said, oh, hey, okay, let's take their channel down.
Well, the thing is, he warned him, is like, stop talking about me, take these videos down, or I'm going to have your channel stricken.
Right.
And then the channels are gone. So what's that?
Right.
I mean, it's not a good look.
But if
that's mafia's goon tactics. I mean, that's
okay. But did they violate the terms?
We don't know because
Probably
we don't
not.
have the details. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably
But they're
not.
claiming innocence. Okay. And the thing is, I can't say if they're innocent or guilty because I can't see the material. They can't tell me what was timestamped.
If they doxed somebody, then that's not okay, right?
Well, they weren't saying anything that Jeremy hadn't already said, though. They wouldn't even have known about this guy if Jeremy hadn't given his name on his stream. Jeremy's the one that doxed him.
Oh, Jeremy doxed him. Okay.
Yeah. They don't go in and tell any information. They just basically regurgitate what the person they're making fun of says.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like the meme where the guy says, "I'm a sad, lonely idiot. Here's some embarrassing stuff about me. Please don't use it to make fun of me." It's like,
okay.
Did they use it to make fun of him, and then he's wanting him to
right?
Okay.
Okay.
There was a guy named Ron. Okay, and he started before the quartering, and he was the sad, lonely guy. Okay. And he revealed stuff about himself, wife cheating, left him and all these things. He had a bad string of luck, and addictions. And he overcame this. And he ran a very successful channel for a long time. But eventually he turned into a lolcow. Now, the thing is, Jeremy seems to be going the same path. So I think it's a psychological thing where, he's playing the victim card, hoping that he'll get the bounce back like Ron did.
Right.
But nobody's been able to repeat that success. And also, people forget that Ron eventually did. Well, he fell off the cliff, but he actually still runs his Discord. He just doesn't YouTube broadcast it because of terms of service or whatever. It gets rather personal at times.
Yeah, I'll link you if you really want to know about this. I'll link you
It is
I know
really
you don't
I
have.
I just don't have time to be sitting here watching hours of content.
I know. I could send you the June the King 3.5 hour documentary, and you could watch it at half speed and be done in 2 hours. But I mean,
that could probably be done.
But I mean, and it's pretty good and it's pretty objective. But I mean,
there are multiple reasons why they don't like him, and it started 3 years ago.
He's very
unlikable. Far longer than that, but.
The more you know about Jeremy, the less you're going to like him. Trust me.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
That's good because I really don't care for him. So, I mean, I don't care. But so I mean, is this all recent? Like people don't like him, or
it's been building?
It's been building for a while. But Dan broke 3 weeks ago when he started threatening channels.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And when at first they didn't take it seriously, when the first one went down, they said, "Okay, that could be coincidence." And then the second one went down, and he started bragging about it. And nobody else knew, right? He was the first one to know the channel had gone down the second time, so they definitely knew it was him. Because, people report my channel all the time. I've got one warning. And my channel is not allowed to be broadcast in Russia. Woo! You're not allowed to criticize the war in Russia. So
not at all.
Yeah, not at all. So do I care? It's like, what do I do? Lose 2 people or something? There aren't that many English-speaking Russians outside of Moscow.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, it is.
Well, I feel a little bit smarter now on this. I'm
posting the link in the men's room message.
Okay, the moral of the story is
gotcha.
3 hours and 38 minutes. It's well worth a watch. I've watched all of it.
All right.
I think Dr. Coffindales will agree with this. The moral of the story is don't become a lolcow.
No. I mean, you just have to use your common sense. I mean, there's no. Just look at people like Dark Side Phil. Look at people like Review Tech USA. Just don't do what they do. It's like
lie about Ginger Green, Muller Buller. Yeah. Remember him, the big tech guy? He went from several million down to less than 10,000.
And if people are making funny about something, just ignore it.
Or
you don't go off about it, and you're bringing more attention to it.
Yeah,
it's like that's what they want. ignore the trolls, ignore that stuff, and it'll blow over. When you attack the trolls, you're giving them what they want.
Yeah, they live for the attention.
Yeah. I mean, if Kino Casino goes after somebody and they ignore them, guess what? They move on to somebody else.
Actually, the thing is, and I'm not saying this happens all the time, but I think Jeremy originally was hoping that it'd be an uptick, not a downtick. But when he started to see his channel numbers drop the day after the cassette, that's when he, went on the attack. Because don't forget, he has been under attack now for 3 years, almost consistently over his coffee brand, right?
Yeah.
But because it has fallen out of the ethical coffee list, but so has many other brands, because they all source coffee. Like I said, they're taking advantage of desperate coffee farmers who need their products sold, right? Because they're all white bags, they only have a number on them, right? When that bag sells, they scan that and that farmer gets paid.
Right.
And that could be anywhere in the world, right? They just fill up these warehouses.
To follow my point, Kino Casino did one segment on a guy called Raymond's Thoughts and Minds, where they kind of made fun of him because he was like angry that he couldn't find a woman or whatever. He messaged them that he thought the segment was so funny that his face hurt because he was smiling so much. They never covered him again, ever. It's like,
nice.
So it's like,
it's
you gotta laugh at yourself,
Yes, it's rare. Like I said, rarely people have got an uptick from it, but those who have all followed Dr. Coffernow's advice.
And his channel's done great since then, because all the Kino Casino people went over there and sub to him.
Yeah, but don't become a locale on purpose, because the casino seems to pick up on that as well. Hey, this guy's trying to get us attention. We're going to do the opposite. We're just going to put up a black, just skip him. Yeah, everybody's chatting. They say not worth it, and then they move on. But I think they were going to do Hassan, because Hassan did a big crash out, threatened to neck himself over not getting invited to the Met Gala. But then the Jeremy drama dropped, and they probably thought that was bigger.
There's a lot of people that they could be covering right now, and they've done nothing but cover Jeremy. I mean, 90% of the show is the Jeremy Hambly show.
Apparently,
now for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, because again, this has been building for 3 years, where you've got 5, 6 different complaints.
And they're never going to let this go until he's totally destroyed. I mean, their viewership has like doubled and tripled since this began.
Hey, what's the deal about the shot collars?
Oh, the Hassan?
Well, that's okay. I get the Hassan, but what about the quartering?
Oh, well, they
wanted to put it. Okay, someone put a video up of the quartering as Kaya, Hassan's dog, with a shock collar on.
Right, because now. Like I said, there's a search engine called the Jeralizer now. So you can look up anything. He is now under microscopic scrutiny. So anything somebody looks, every day something comes out about him now.
I just sent you guys I found it on X. It's something from Lazy Shell. It's a Melanie Max rules for thee while defending the quartering be like.
Oh yeah.
And it's an animated video, and he's holding a shock collar at one point.
Yep.
And I just I wasn't sure, like,
I don't think I've seen
is that bad to use a shock collar on a dog?
Yes,
generally,
it is a crime in many states.
Is it?
But
now,
yes,
I take it back. I don't have a shock collar. My dog has an electric, like the fence, the invisible fence.
Okay, that's a buzz collar. That's different. It's not an electric shock. That's that's a vibration. That's a different.
Okay.
What we're talking about is a little more severe than that.
This is an electric shock.
Right.
Gotcha.
It'll make them yelp.
Yes.
Well, this
which
like my dog goes wanders
up on
or it'll buzz him, and he's like, and comes back.
Hassan made a mistake once.
That's different than what we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, am I about to be in trouble?
No.
Beware of the Internet of Things, because someone hacked Hassan's overhead camera and caught the shock collar on his desk.
Oh.
The remote for it, even with the brand. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
They're supposed to be illegal in California, but for some reason, he gets away with it.
Hey, it's 10:35, I think. Actually,
Yeah.
38. Yeah. Hey,
Doug. We can't say that word, Doug. But if you look up the quartering 2 decades of and let YouTube fill in the rest, you'll find the video that I think that's where it started. Right? Definitely, that was the first one, and then you have the.
I'll check
Jeremy
it out. I don't know if I can do it this week, but I'll check it out. So I'll listen little at a time because I do I don't have a lot of drive time this week.
The 3 main ones is 2 decades of and let YouTube finish the fill in the word. Jeremy is a creeper, and the third one is coffee brand coffee controversy.
Yeah, I don't think I want coffee that's not approved. Although look at all of our government agencies. We really trust them for having something.
No, they were approved and then they're not, because what they do is they take advantage of farmers desperate to sell their crop at the end of the week before the warehousing. Because if they're not sold by the end of the week, they either have to pay for a week more of warehousing or abandon their crop. And sometimes when these crops are abandoned, they buy it then for half price.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so they're not ethical anymore. Put it that way. They lost their ethical brand 3 years ago.
Gotcha. All right, guys. Well, hey, let's get out of here for tonight, and then tomorrow
Coffee and gaming.
I am going to jump out of here and go set that up, and then we can continue our UFO discussions tomorrow.
All right.
Yes, government UFO discussions. Yes.
Yeah.
Woo! Everybody looking forward to next week's announcement on the UFOs? No, didn't think so.
Is there going to be one?
Was supposed to be, but I think Iran's going to kick everything off the table.
Of course.
And do you know how X-Files you look right now, Dr. Coffin Nails?
Well, somebody closed a door that was providing me light here for a second.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying with the glow.
Yeah, we saw her walk by.
Yeah.
There we go.
Even Anna, that Star Wars girl, is posting oranges.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's funny. All right. Hey, we'll be back tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock, for some coffee and gaming. I am excited. We'll do it. We're gonna stay on that summer hour early schedule so things can get
starting
done.
at 7 a.m. Eastern.
6 a.m. Eastern.
6 a.m. Well,
yeah. 6 to 8. So maybe, and if it flows a little better, I might.
It's not the flow. It was your son coming in at the last minute saying, "We got to go."
Well, yeah, that's true. Tomorrow it's supposed to. Tomorrow, my wife and mother-in-law are going to go off and do.
Allegedly,
women things, like shopping or whatever.
Don't forget Mother's Day.
Yeah, I've already got. I'm good. My package is supposed to be showing up tomorrow. So
that's what she said.
Wait, where's the thing?
Swing.
Where's the other one? Wait, no, come on.
The allegedly.
Hey, Horn.
Now, we were supposed to talk about Alex Jones's winning and how he defeated and embarrassed the Onion. We can talk about that too if you want. Alex Jones embarrassed the Onion. That was funny.
Nice. Yeah, I don't want to dive in it tomorrow. All right, hey, tomorrow 6 a.m. and then next week back live. Same bet time, same bet channel. I love you guys. Love everybody out there. Y'all have a good night. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Night, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Good day, sir.
Later, dudes.
Good night, Jim Bob.
Hell, I got to go.
Peace out.
Burn in hell, New World Order. Fuck you. Fuck you, New World Order. Fuck you, Bill Gates.
I love you. You gotta do better than that. I